Hello and welcome. This is from the CBN. We bring to you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I am Misi Dada. It was a celebration of the Nigerian smallholder farmers along the rice value chain on Tuesday, January the 18th, when President Muhammadu Buhari unveiled about 1.2 million bags of CBN refund mega paddy rice pyramids in Abuja under the Anchor Bearers program of the CBN. The CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, remarked that the paddy rice pyramids unveiled were the single largest rice pyramids ever assembled in the history of Nigeria and indeed Africa. We have details of the event in today's package, as well as a special feature on the CBN interventions along the rice value chain. Stay tuned, we'll be back shortly.
North, South, East or West, male or female, old school or millennial, rural or urban, the Naira is the same, and so is the e-Naira. The e-Naira is a legal tender issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria. So, let's embrace it. The e-Naira will foster financial inclusion, improve access to credit, facilitate cross-border remittances, and it's easier to transfer. E-Naira, same Naira, more possibilities. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
Welcome back. You're watching from the CBN. We bring to you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN. The Central Bank of Nigeria and the Rice Farmers Association, RIFAN, had unveiled several rice pyramids across some rice-producing states in Nigeria in the past 12 months. But the Abuja rice pyramids were the largest ever assembled. Hence, it was tagged the Mega Rice Pyramids. At the unveiling ceremony Tuesday, CBN Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele said the stacks of rice pyramids provided undisputable and unassailable evidence of significant progress under the President Muhammadu Buhari's food security initiatives and administration.
I personally salute your vision of making agriculture a cornerstone and one of the focal points of your administration. Like the vision of great leaders that prepares countries for unforeseen, this vision prepared us for the unanticipated impact of COVID-19 on food production. Amidst its associated disruptions in production and supply chains, which led to global increase in prices of most commodities, the resilience of our smallholder farmers all over the country, and interventions of the Central CBN continue to ensure the production of the needed food stock for the population.
Emefiele commended smallholder farmers and the leadership of various commodities associations in the country for their diligence, bravery, patriotism, and adaptability in the face of grave challenges and setbacks this past few years.
Indeed, we lost some of our farmers to insurgency attacks nationwide, whilst some could not access their farms for several months. Yet, they kept faith. They did not give up. They persevered. They did not abandon our fight for food self-sufficiency. Today's event, therefore, is a celebration of their doggedness and an appreciation of their commitment to food security in Nigeria. The Anchor Bearers program has catalyzed the rural economy and has built a sustainable framework for financing smallholder farmers in Nigeria. The program has developed an ecosystem among all nodes of the agricultural value chain, and these linkages can be better optimized through synergy amongst all stakeholders. As at the end of December 2021, we have financed 4,489,786 smallholder farmers that cultivated 5,300,411 hectares of land across 21 commodities through 23 participating financial institutions all over the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. We're delighted that these efforts have yielded fruit in not just increasing the availability of rice, but also in moderating prices, reducing imports, and increasing job creation in our country. For example, Thailand alone exported 1.3 million tons of rice to Nigeria in 2014. The Anchor Boras program was launched by Your Excellency in Kebbi in 2015 to curtail these imports, and since then we have seen incremental reduction in rice imports from Thailand. By 2016, rice imports from Thailand had fallen to just only 58,000 metric tons. As at the end of 2021, they only exported 2,160 metric tons of rice to Nigeria, thereby saving Nigeria foreign exchange and helping to preserve jobs for our people. Beyond increasing our national output from about 5.4 million metric tons in 2015 to over 9 million metric tons in 2021, we have also significantly improved the productivity per hectare of the smallholder farmers from just about 2 metric tons per hectare in 2015 to over 6 metric tons per hectare in 2021. These expansions have not only made Nigeria the largest food producer in Africa, but has also unlocked enormous private sector investments in the rice value chain as the number of integrated rice mills grew astronomically from 6 in 2015 to over 50 in 2021, and more are coming up, with many more in various stages of completion.
Highlighting the achievement of the bank under the Anchor Boras initiative, Mr. Emefiele said the CBN took a cue from the success recorded in the rice value chain and commenced the Nigeria Brown Revolution, a mantra for the transformation of the wheat value chain in the country. It also established strategic maize reserves with a stock of maize submitted as loan repayments by farmers, producing a buffer for price modulation for the poultries and feed mills nationwide.
Wheat is the third most consumed grain in Nigeria after maize and rice. It is estimated that we only produce just about 1%, which is approximately 63,000 tons of wheat, of the 5 million or 6 million tons of wheat consumed annually in Nigeria. This enormous demand-supply gap is bridged by over $2 billion annual importation of wheat. As a result, wheat accounts for the second highest food import bill into Nigeria, thereby putting pressure on the nation's foreign exchange reserves. We have concluded the first major wet season wheat farming in Plateau State and planted over 100,000 hectares of wheat across 15 states in 2021 dry season alone. This strategic intervention will herald progressive reduction in our wheat imports bills over the coming years. A total of 241,656 metric tons was aggregated in 2020 wet season and dry seasons, out of which 217,200 metric tons has been disposed to 18 millers and poultry farmers through Poultry Association of Nigeria. The program was able to stabilize poultry and livestock sectors during the pandemic and saved the industry and consumers over 10 billion naira in raw material costs. Our experience over the years has been transformed to operational efficiency of the program. We have added several layers of controls to improve our transparency and accountability among all stakeholders. And what you are witnessing today, Your Excellency, is a demonstration of our growth and a strong indication of the enormous potential in the country's agricultural space.
The CBN governor noted that the growth process reaffirms the Apex Bank's belief in the potentials inherent in the agricultural space, which, when harnessed, can lead the diversification agenda of the present administration.
To further create value and transfer these gains along the value chain, we have mapped millers to offtake these paddies, and we will track the release of their output to the markets as we strive to manage inflation and grow the rice value chain in our country. Your Excellency, the resuscitation of the Nigerian Commodity Exchange is another strategic initiative to enhance food security drive of our administration. A vibrant commodity exchange will significantly enhance post-harvest handling, reduce wastages, and guarantee effective pricing for farmers. It will also minimize the adverse effects of the activities of middlemen, commodity hoarders, and ultimately transfer gains from primary production to other nodes of our value chain. This aligns with our resolve to make output as loan repayments under the Ankobra program and produce will drive the operations of the commodity exchange. We have deepened our stakeholders' engagement to increase the arable land under cultivation and improve the productivity per hectare using improved seeds and agronomic practices. We are currently exploring a new rice seeds variety with refund that has potential to deliver over 8 tons per hectare. This pilot program should be commenced in 2022 dry season, and it has the potential of being the game changer for the rice sector in Nigeria.
President Buhari was thereafter requested to inspect some of the locally milled rice in the exhibition stand, along with other dignitaries present at the event. The milled rice are in quality comparable to the foreign rice from other countries, according to the CBN governor, a fact which many consumers of locally cultivated and milled rice agree to. President Buhari remarked that the unveiling of the mega rice pyramids symbolizes that Nigeria can produce its own food. He said it was an indication that the country is making steady and assured progress towards self-sufficiency in food production.
The significance of today's occasion can be better understood by looking at the various economic strides the administration has achieved through agriculture. When we assumed the reins of leadership of this country in 2015, the administration identified the Anchor Borrowers Program as an essential policy instrument for achieving economic diversification through agriculture. To achieve this, the Anchor Borrowers Program was designed to encourage investments in agriculture and empower smallholder farmers as drivers of transformation in the agricultural sector and as critical enablers of economic growth. I am indeed delighted that the Anchor Borrowers Program continues to receive commendations since its introduction 6 years ago, as it has become one of the reference points in the administration's agricultural revolution effort. In fact, the program speaks loudly in its giant strides as it has increased access to finance by our rural farmers who, before now, were virtually excluded from the financial system. The Anchor Borrowers Program has so far supported over 4.8 million smallholder farmers across Nigeria for the production of 23 agricultural commodities, including maize, rice, oil palm, cocoa, cotton, cassava, tomato, and livestock. Today, rice production in Nigeria has increased to over 7.5 million metric tons annually. Prior to the introduction of Anchor Borrowers Program, the average production in Nigeria between 1999 and 2015 was less than 4 metric tons annually. I am aware that the bags of paddy will be moving straight from here to rice milling plants across Nigeria, which will lead to the release of processed rice to the markets by the rice millers. The measure will aid our efforts at reducing the price of rice in Nigeria.
The Abuja Rice Pyramids presented the aggregated paddy rice submitted as repayment of loan by members of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN. under the 2020 dry season and the 2021 seasons. It also symbolizes the efforts made by farmers to commit to loan repayments through produce submission and ultimately ensure the sustainability of the Anchor Borrowers program. There are other similar events lined up for the year, including the unveiling of the maize pyramids by the Maize Association and the unveiling of the inaugural rice pyramids in the South-South and Southeast zones of the country.
If we have this quantity, when will the price become more affordable?
Globally, you heard, globally food prices are increasing. It's not just only the cost of cultivation. You're thinking of things like supply chain, transportation, and all that. But once we begin to use high yield seeds, productivity improves, and then you will see the prices begin to come back. That's why we're showcasing this. Let more people get into agriculture. Once you have enough supply, the demand to stimulate it, you will see the price will adjust for itself.
Lastly, the governor spoke about accountability checks. Now, after the off-takers go, of course, at a subsidized rate from you, how do you enforce or check the activities of the millers after?
Most of the millers are funded. You remember, we also have the commercial agri-credit scheme. So most of the millers are going to be picking this party. Millers were funded. Either I'd give them, funds to be able to build the mills, or we give them, almost like working capital facilities to be able to take. So you take the paddy, we'll give you a loan on the back of it, a short-term loan between 6 months and 1 year. So it's easy to trace. We have DFOs in all the states of the Federation. They will go to the mills, just ensure that. We also know the distributors that eventually will help them distribute these mills. So we have everything in a clear line of sight, and we can trace and ensure that they are selling them at the control prices, even though market-driven, that we believe they can recoup the cost of the cultivation and also the cost of production and also the distribution cost.
Nigeria is a rich nation of green land, rich resources, countless crops and commodities sufficient to feed and provide a means of livelihood for her teeming population. Chin up, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Exciting times are here. We can be self-reliant and grow our economy if we work together to explore our potential. It takes a whole nation. Let us get involved. Buy Nigerian to grow Nigeria.
Thanks for staying tuned. Do you know that the Anchor Borrowers program, an intervention initiative of the Central Bank of Nigeria to increase agricultural productivity in the country, is active in the 36 states of the Federation plus the Federal Capital Territory across the value chain of 21 agri commodities. For emphasis, the Anchor Borrowers program is active everywhere in Nigeria across the value chain of 21 commodities, including wheat, cotton, oil palm, tomato, cassava, poultry, fish, maize, cocoa, soybean, livestock and dairy, and of course rice. So stop doubting and make the move today to key into the program. Visit the Development Finance Department of the CBN office in your state for further information. Now let's bring to you more on the rice value chain in this special package.
The story of the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN initiated Anchor Borrowers Program, ABP, launched by President Muhammadu Buhari in November 2015, is one that continues to elicit pride and economic relief given the impact it has made in the value chains of different crops spread across Nigeria. For the records, the Anchor Borrowers Program is active in all 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, across the value chains of 21 agricultural commodities, including wheat, cotton, oil palm, tomato, cassava, poultry, fish, maize, cocoa, soybeans, livestock and dairy, and rice, which is the flagship of the current agricultural revolution. From an average yield of 1.8 metric tons per hectare in the pre-ABP era, the initiative has increased the average yield per hectare for rice, paddy and maize to 4.5 metric tons per hectare. Also, the average capacity utilization per annum of domestic integrated rice mills has jumped to 90% from the 30% that was the case in the era preceding the advent of the ABP.
The Anchor Borrowers program has become a game changer for financing smallholder farmers in Nigeria and will ultimately help in achieving some of the goals of the government's economic sustainability plan. The achievements recorded have also helped to show that Nigeria can indeed achieve self-sufficiency in the production of staple food items within the shortest possible time.
What's more, the Anchor Borrowers Program, ABP, has created an estimated 12.3 million direct and indirect jobs across the different value chains and food belts of the country.
The program has largely been successful. A measure of its success is what has happened post-COVID. You can imagine if we did not have the rice revolution that the governor of the central bank, Governor Emefiele, has promoted. Traditional countries who export rice like Thailand, Vietnam, all went into protectionist mode. They closed their borders. But because of the self-sufficiency program we've been embarking upon, we're able to feed ourselves. Yes, there's been instances of flood and a couple of other small disasters, but largely the program has been very successful. We now have people going back to the farm. The numbers have continued to increase, and we're bringing in more innovation and also large-scale mechanization. We'll continue to bring in more players, working with the banks and the Ministry of Agric and other players to ensure that we achieve national food security.
In spite of the challenges posed by insecurity, flooding during the wet season, and the dreaded coronavirus pandemic in 2020 and 2021, the CBN, working with some state governments and key stakeholders in the rice value chain, inspired rice farmers to cultivate the land to bring forth harvests heaped as pyramids dotting the skylines on some cities in different parts of the country. Beginning from Minna, Niger State in December 2020, to Zauro, Kebbi State, and the Gombe State capital in March 2021, and then to Ado-Ekiti in May 2021, the views were the same. The goal of food self-sufficiency and job creation, particularly for Nigeria's teeming youth population, is achievable when all hands are on the plow. With the unveiling of the mega rice pyramids in the Federal Capital Territory in January 2022, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and its partners, the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, and the Rice Processors Association of Nigeria, RIPAN, have underscored their determination to sustain rice production in Nigeria.
We want to sensitize the public that yes, we have enough food to eat within the country. There is no need for panic at all. Borders have been closed for over time. Corona has ravages virtually all the production clusters. Yes, there are so many reasons why Nigerians may be, panicking that there is no food. But because effort of Central Bank to support Mr. President policy on agriculture, where he categorically mentioned that we must produce what we eat, it has greatly made impact in the area of agricultural production.
Most of the rice processors across the country have contributed immensely to employment generation because almost all of the mills are full local content. We have over 52 integrated rice mills in the country that are registered with RIPAN. We have others who are not registered who are installing. We have the small scale millers. We even have the small roadside millers who also engage people and provide employment for them. So employment generation in the rice subsector has been tremendous indeed.
Most importantly is the massive mobilization of the young people to go back to agriculture. We have the numbers of young people trooping back to the land. We have the landmass, we have the favorable climatic conditions, we have the resilient workforce. You can see all this was achieved despite the insecurity we have in our rural areas. I think without the Ankobora program, we wouldn't imagine where Nigeria will be in terms of food security.
By persistently empowering small-scale farmers, who are the major farmers bringing in the yields, the CBN, led by Godwin Emefiele, has made it clear that it is willing to take the risks to ensure that Nigeria never experiences any food crisis. Indeed, the CBN believes that all these efforts will contribute to Nigeria's national aggregates and galvanize the country's drive to economic diversification. The mega pyramids standing tall in the Abuja skyline are pointers to the success stories of the Anchor Borrowers Program. Indeed, we can confidently say that the thrusts of the ABP, which include conserving the country's foreign reserves, facilitating the resuscitation of domestic industries, reducing the prices of food, and improvement in employment generation, as well as wealth creation in Nigeria, are being met. The revolution that began in 2015 is one that must be sustained if we must successfully diversify our economy, earn revenue, and achieve the national goal of producing what we eat and eating what we produce.
It's a wrap from the CBN this week. Report unresolved banking issues to the CBN Consumer Protection Department through the email address cpd@cbn.gov.ng with relevant documents. Call the CBN Contact Center using the phone line +234 700 2255 226. Local call rates may apply. Send your comments and contributions to the email address fromthecbn@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course Twitter for updates and uploaded episodes of the program. We invite you to join us again next time. I am William Isidada. Stay safe. Bye for now.